And Taylor, things are just kicking off here at Centennial, and the crowd is buzzing. The food smells so good.
Oh, it smells
the
amazing.
Last night for folks to get out here and enjoy some Lake Monsters baseball for the season.
Yeah, and maybe you could even sneak in a ticket. I'm not sure if they're all sold here tonight, but the stands are filling up. It's winner take all here tonight. It all comes down to tonight. Coming up, I'll have a preview of the winner take all game, Nashua Silver Knights versus the Vermont Lake Monsters from Centennial Field. Good evening, everyone. Well, it has all come down to this winner-take-all Game 3 here from Centennial Field. It's the Nashua Silver Knights versus the Vermont Lake Monsters. By the end of the night tonight, one of these two teams will be crowned champion of the Futures Collegiate Baseball League. The Lake Monsters enjoyed a blowout win on Wednesday night, but couldn't complete the sweep down in Nashua last night as the Silver Knights came from behind for a walk-off win. Vermont is attempting back-to-back championships since joining the league. A feat that Nashua is no stranger to. The Silver Knights have won 5 league championships and twice in back-to-back fashion. Vermont head coach Pete Wilk has not been shy in saying how difficult it has been to manage this year's roster because of countless moving parts and his pitchers reaching innings limits. But he has at least pulled the right strings to get to this point. Tonight's Lake Monsters starting pitcher is Ian Parent, who has enjoyed a very successful summer. He's also familiar with the area and this particular situation. The Champlain Valley Union grad led his team to the Division I championship back in 2019 by pitching a complete game. This season he has pitched 33 innings, striking out 33 with a 3.54 ERA. Parent has not lost a game all season long, taking 5 wins instead. His last appearance came August 4th. He pitched 5 innings, allowing 2 runs in a 6-2 win over Worcester. Before the game, I spoke to both head coach Pete Wilk and tonight's starting pitcher about the final game of the season.
Monsters are going to roll. We're going to hit. I'm going to have my defense behind me, and we're going to score some runs. And I don't know, we're going to beat them.
The fact that we're playing at Centennial and we earned that right to play here by having such a good season. I think the fact that we're here, we're tough to beat here. We're home now. We're happy to be home.
First pitch is coming from Centennial in just a few minutes. Following this contest, I will have a full recap of the game, plus the winning team's celebration, as tonight is the end. There is nothing after this game in the Futures Collegiate Baseball League this summer. That's it for sports. I'm Taylor Viles, and we'll be right back. Good evening, everyone. The winner-take-all game between the Nashua Silver Knights and the Vermont Lake Monsters here at Centennial Field wrapped up around 10 p.m., and this one did not disappoint from start to finish. The crowd tonight may not have been the biggest of the season, but it sure felt like it, as nearly 3,000 fans packed the stands and made sure we could hear them all night long. Lake Monsters sent Champlain Valley Union graduate Ian Parent to the mound in the first inning. He struck out the first batter he faced, a nice fastball. The Silver Knights able to produce good contact and get runners on the corners with 2 out, but a pop-up to right fielder sends Vermont back to the dugout. Nashua starter Noah Wachter also cruises through the first 2 batters, but then Jimmy Evans steps up and shoots an opposite field double to bring the Centennial crowd to life. Next batter, Brian Schaub lifts a fly ball to dead center. It's back, and then it's caught by Silver Knights center fielder. Leadoff single by Will McLean in the top of the second, followed by a walk, and then a beautifully executed bunt to move the runners over, but it could have been a lot worse. The pitcher's recovery right there to get the runner at first. And then a flyout scores the game's first run, but a cannon by Vermont center fielder Kyle Hogg gets the runner out at third to end the inning on a double play. Bottom of the third with 1 out, and Cooper Kelly ropes a single. Then what should have been a double play ball turned into a bobble, and the Monsters are in business with the runners on first and second. Then Wachter loads the bases on a walk, and Brian Schaub steps up. He's been a power threat all season, and in the biggest game, he lifts a high deep drive to center. It's overrun by Nashua center fielder Matt D'Amato. Ball drops, and the base is clear to give Vermont a 3-1 lead. In the top of the fourth, Nashua puts a couple runners on base, and then Brady Desjardins crushes a single down the line to score a run with 2 outs. Parent strikes out the last batter to strand 2. Top of the 5th inning, and third time through the order for Nashua. The first batter reaches, and then a moonshot down the right field line stays fair, and it's Jack McDermott who gives Nashua the lead, and that's the end of pitcher Parent's night. Lake Monsters go to the bullpen. Top of the 6th, with runners on the corners, and Reed able to strike out the third out of the inning on an important moment right there. Then bottom 6, and Vermont loads the bases thanks to wildness of the Nashville pitcher, and that's the end of his night. Catcher Connor Bowman to the plate, who's been on a hot streak lately, and in what an at-bat he put together right here. He was in an 0-2 hole, but battled until he poked a single through the left side hole on the 10th pitch of the at-bat to give the Lake Monsters a 5-4 lead. Then the pitching began to dominate, a scoreless 7th for both teams, and then a scoreless 8th, and then here it is, Lake Monsters 3 outs away from winning the FCBL championship. Wyatt Cameron comes in to shut the door in the 9th. He was throwing heat. First batter strikes out on 3 pitches. Next batter able to jump on a ball, serve it down the right field line for a double, and then Jack McDermott again comes up and crushes a baseball over the left field wall to take the lead, and a groan from the crowd. So now it's to the bottom of the 9th. With 1 out, Cooper Kelly shoots a single. Tommy Martin lines a shot to left field. Nashua intentionally walks the next batter to load the bases with 1 out. Jimmy Evans then pops out, and Vermont's last hope, Brian Schaub, flies out to end the game and the Lake Monsters season. After the loss, I spoke to head coach Pete Wilk about the tough end to such a fantastic season.
I feel like I went 12 rounds right there. You know, that was a hell of a baseball game. You got to tip your hat to that club. It's one of the hardest things to do in sports is to repeat the championship, and we came damn close to it. We were 2 outs away from it, and you know, it hurts. It's going to hurt all, you know, until we get back here in May. Fantastic. It sounded like there were 10 grand in the stands. That was phenomenal. What an incredible atmosphere, which isn't a surprise. This place is very, very, very special. There's nothing like this anywhere in the country for summer baseball.
And that's the end of the FCBL season. Lake Monsters will be back in May. That's all for sports. I'm Taylor Viles, live from Centennial Field. We'll be right back.